All users are assigned a particular role by the administrator, and the tool will present only the aspects which each role needs to perform their task. Roles include read-only, a basic user role, a risk manager role, a portfolio viewer, and an administrator role. As Safran is an international company, we designed Safran Risk Manager to be able to display any language the user may require. Currently, it is coded for English and Norwegian, but can be modified to meet any customer demand. Safran Risk Manager has been specifically designed with projects in mind, and so considers risk at their lowest level. However, as Safran Risk Manager is highly configurable and can capture any sort of risk data, it could be used in a wider enterprise capacity if desired. Using the latest web technology means that the whole team can create new risks and manage the actions which they have been allocated. Once risks have been created and approved by the project risk manager, the data is available in the dashboard to provide a live overview of the project risk position and can be outputted as reports for project reviews or customer meetings. By making Safran Risk Manager as intuitive as possible when it comes to adding risks, reviewing the risk register, managing contingency costs and presenting data on dashboards and reports, the whole team can take ownership of the risk management process. This should free the risk management function from chasing updates and enable them to look for and address common risk sources which help risk management to add considerably more value to the project than addressing individual risk sources. On first opening the tool, the user is initially presented with a list of projects which they have been assigned to. The metadata associated with the project can be edited and updated by a risk manager. The metadata of the project will be used throughout the risk gathering process, so care should be taken to fully populate all of the applicable areas. Details such as the project objectives and the life cycle of the project should be considered. Assumptions, dependencies, exclusions and constraints can all be identified here to help the context of the project be clearly articulated. From the project list, the user is taken directly to the risk register. Anyone who has tried to create a comprehensive risk register in a spreadsheet will know how much data needs to be displayed. Safran Risk Manager has been designed to help. Safran Risk Manager makes it possible to see all of the risks created for each project and make changes to key attributes directly within the register itself. This includes the sources, the impacts, and the actions. Helpful functionality includes rapid search and filters to enable the user to quickly find the risks or categories of risk they are looking for. At the heart of Safran Risk Manager lies the dashboard. The dashboard contains a number of charts and tables to provide an at-a-glance review of the risks in the project. You can find out how many risks have been raised and accepted and how many have been closed and what the outcomes were. You can see which risks have higher priority across their various impact types and link directly to them to review and update. A Monte Carlo analysis of the cost impacts provides an instant profile of the pre- and post-treatment position, enabling the risk team to see if there are any anomalies in the data, such as multiple peaks or long tails. A cost-benefit model reveals which risks will derive the most benefit from their identified actions and the overall benefit that actions will have against the financial impact of the project. Safran Risk Manager can also break the risk data down against the risk categories such as the function, the risk breakdown structure, and the individual risk ownership, providing a count of the number of risks and the financial impacts both before and after treatment. In order to maintain and build a risk register, we need to add and manage risks. To raise a new risk, the user will simply identify a title and source and then use the slider bars to reflect the qualitative likelihood and impact the risk may have. If the risk is an opportunity, then this can be selected. Descriptions and notes can also be added, but these are not mandatory. The basic risk in an unapproved state can be added in a matter of seconds. Once created, the risk should be fleshed out by an appropriate person. Details regarding the identification of the risk, the relationship the risk has to other risks, and the categorization of the risk can all be quickly completed from the Review Risk window. The simple bow tie model of the risk assessment allows the user to identify sources and impacts of the risk. Multiple sources, their likelihood of occurrence can be captured, as well as multiple impacts of varying types. Actions against each source and impact can be recorded, and the results of the assessment can be easily viewed. Once the data is created, an impact analysis can be displayed for cost or time, helping the user to see the anticipated effects the actions could have on the impacts. All risks will be created in an unapproved state. The Risk Manager role can simply accept or reject any risks. Each risk should be regularly reviewed to ensure it remains accurate and valid, and this process is supported under the Review window. All projects will be concerned with determining and maintaining risk contingency budgets. Safran Risk Manager provides a simple mechanism to help anticipate the risk exposure throughout the life cycle of the project, and provides the means to estimate the probabilistic confidence the selected contingency values have against the cost exposure. Updates to contingency values can be tracked, providing an auditable record of the change. Producing reports from the Safran Risk Manager is simple. A number of pre-configured reports have been created under the Reports section. These reports provide various views of the data for either projects, risks, actions, contingencies, and also the assumptions, dependencies, exclusions, and constraints. All reports can be exported to PDF and printed. The Portfolio Viewer is an additional read-only role which enables authorized people to view project data across a range of selected projects. This option will enable Chief Risk Officers and Program Directors to obtain data about the cumulative risks within their portfolio of projects. Simply select the projects with the portfolio you wish to report on, then select the report which you are interested in. The home screen button on the right gives the user a quick way to see how many risks or actions they have which require reviewing. This page can also show the user how many risks and actions they have ownership of and can quickly link to them. People with administration role will be able to access the administration module from the user drop-down menu. Administration enables the approved user to configure Safran Risk Manager in order for it to conform to your risk management process. We passionately believe that your team can make better informed, more timely and effective decisions based on a better understanding of your risks. Safran Risk Manager provides the comprehensive risk management solution designed to help your teams undertake intelligent risk taking to achieve your project objectives. Contact Safran today to arrange a demonstration and to start your trial of Safran Risk Manager.